Yo, okay, let's get into this right quick. So, your man's Kinky B say Jeezy lost all his street credit doing that verses with Gucci Man because he say it ain't no piecing it up after somebody passed away. You know, he was on a big fat podcast with Big Mank Black and DJ Scream. Shout out to them over there. They doing their thing with the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Mank Black, the whole duct tape. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Scream. You know what I'm saying? Mixtape DJ legend, one of the mixtape DJ legends in my eyes. But let's talk about what Kinky B said. Now, he said after Jeezy did the verses with Gucci that Jeezy lost all his street cred because Gucci Mane dissed Pookie Loc. So now let's get into that. Kinky B, I understand what you're saying and I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, when you was the co-owner, co-founder of Jeezy right hand man, his partner or whatever, when you was over there with them, you was trying to make peace with that beef. After you knew what happened to Pookie Loc. So while you was there, you weren't telling Young Jeezy like, well, we need to go ahead and risk everything that we got in there, we hadn't worked on to handle that Gucci Man situation because of what he did to Pookie Loc. You weren't over there saying that. You weren't over there telling CTE that they need to run down or ride down on Brick Squad. You wasn't over there doing that. You was over there getting money and collecting them checks. So why would it take all this time for you to say that he ain't street after he did that? When you could have been said a long time ago he wasn't street because after Gucci did what he did, there was no repercussion. It was nothing done behind that. Pookie Loc went to Gucci crib on the damn of Jeezy, what they saying, trying to get the So Icy chain or to kill him or to snuff him up, to do whatever they was gonna do to him. But at the end of the day, nothing happened. And you know what I'm saying? Gucci Man had to do what he had to do when, you know, he went on that Verzuz stage and said, we smoking on Pookie Loc tonight. Said we smoking on that Pookie Loc pack. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gucci came on that type of time because he thought that Jeezy was gonna be on that type of time. Now, before the battle actually happened, even if you looked at Instagram, Jeezy even threw a couple of shots on Instagram when Gucci was throwing his shots. So, of course, Gucci thinking Jeezy gonna be on street nigga time. He thinking Jeezy finna be on that same type of time for how long they been into it. This is what Gucci Man thinking. He not thinking I'm finna come in here, not play my diss songs, not doing this. So that's how he showed up. And he was ready for whatever, however it would have went. You know what I'm saying? Gucci was ready. But as far as you saying that Jeezy lost out his street cred for doing it, like, why when you was there, you didn't get nothing handled in the street way if you felt like that? Why you didn't push him to go ride on Gucci right after he did that? Then at the same time, show y'all how crazy the industry is and show y'all how crazy they work. Like, if suing people ain't supposed to be looked at as a street thing, you sued Young Jeezy for your money. Did you lose your street cred after you filed that lawsuit? Could you piece it up after you sued him? You say it's no peace after somebody getting killed. Ain't no piecing it up after that. Like, you wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? You felt like you still felt a certain type of way about what Gucci did to Pookie Loc. Did you ever address that? Did you ever tell Gucci about how you felt about that? Like, I'm confused. Like, you know, it's funny how these cats, they try to use the streets when it fit their narrative. They try to use the streets when it fit the point that they trying to make. Like, they ain't never did nothing that wasn't street. You sued Jeezy to get your money back. You didn't run down on him. You didn't take no CTE chains. You didn't rob him. You ain't go to his crib. You ain't shoot his crib. But, you know, you sued him for your money. What's so street about that? Now, I ain't saying Kinky B ain't no street guy, that he ain't come from the streets and none of that, because I don't know him like that. But what I'm saying is, you can't paint the narrative on another person and try to make a point when you was affiliated with that situation, and you didn't push forward for Jeezy to do nothing to Gucci. Because if Jeezy would have risked it all and did something to Gucci while you was over there getting money and collecting them checks, you'd have been out some bags too. You'd have lost some money too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just funny how when all this money coming in, everything cool, then once your money slow up, now you want to sue Jeezy. How's that street? King B, let's talk about that. Is that considered street that you didn't go get your money back from them in a street way? You didn't rob them, you didn't get them tied up, you ain't do nothing to Jeezy. You put him in court. You know what I'm saying? You put him in court. How was that street? I don't understand. Like, then even in your interview, you throwing shots at Jeezy on one hand, but then on the other hand, you like, maybe we could piece it up one day, or maybe we could do this one day and do that one day. Bruh, how? How? Like, after you said something like that, so you mean to tell me you would associate with a dude that's supposed to be from the street, but you feel like he don't got his street cred no more? Then you said Jeezy didn't have no more his songs after you left? Bro, he has several hit songs. What are you talking about? King B? He has several hit songs after you left. Like, you was saying a lot of stuff in the interview, I'm just like, what is he talking about? Like you angry still. Like then you get paid. Did you lose the suit? Did you win the suit? Like, I'm confused, bro, because it sounds like you were speaking from a personal standpoint. It sounds like you still got a lot of animosity toward this man. It seemed like whatever you need to settle or get done ain't got done, and you want to speak your piece, and you go on here and you talking about this man, but when y'all was getting money together, everything cool. See, that's why y'all gotta watch this industry stuff. When it come down to the industry, everything will be cool, and then soon something go left. Now you dealing with situations like this. Most people didn't even know who Kinky B was. You know what I'm saying? And Jeezy was shouting his name out on Breakfast and Out, but because he wasn't rapping and he was just in the background as the co-owner making moves or whatever, doing whatever he was doing, a lot of people ain't even know who he was. Now people were like, oh, who is this Kinky B dude saying that Jeezy lost his street cred? And then at the end of the day, what can your street credit to this day, right now, what can your street credibility do for you? What can you being in the street for you do for these days? Because the real streets, the real way it's supposed to be, how it really supposed to be, all that's over with. The loyalty, out the window. Ain't none. Anybody will snake you. Your girl, your guy, anybody. So that's out the window. They'll sue you. That's out the window. You know what I'm saying? So what do your street cred do for you today? You can't take it to the bank. You can't buy a house with it. You can only go street so far till you end up one of two things, jail or dead. Because that's why all the real street niggas either end up. They either end up in jail or they end up in dead. That's why once a lot of the street niggas go to jail, once they get out, they realize that it wasn't worth it. And they end up doing trucking or something like that. Or they got to do a job to where it is, if you got to do a background search, it won't come up. So now they still got to come out here and do work and force and hard labor, which they still could have been doing if they wasn't in the streets. Now you got to come back out here and work twice as hard, cause you already, you get out of jail if you don't get a whole lot of time, and you get out of jail and now you can't even go get a regular job because you spent your whole time building up and getting street cred. What is it? It's not like a good credit score. What do it do for you? It might sound good on some records now, even if you don't even rap. Ask yourself, what is it doing for you? Because once you get behind them bars, ain't nobody calling you. Ain't nobody coming to see you. Ain't nobody respecting you. And once you die, they gonna put your face on a t-shirt. They gonna give you a little party or something. Probably start putting everything on you. On my homie this, on my homie, on my dead homie this, that, and the third. All that for street cred. But what did you really gain from it? What did you really get? Jeezy just got married. You know what I'm saying? He ain't on that type of time now. Even though Gucci was saying all the stuff and all he said, and everybody was like, okay, he punked him. He made him look like a sucker. Jeezy still running around Atlanta, still got his jewelry, still just got married, still got his crib in Atlanta, still driving foreign, still that. So, what is street cred doing for him? It made it look good for the records. It made him a lot of money. But you was over there, King B. You could have pushed some buttons on Gucci. You could have handled that. You could have got that situation handled if you felt so strongly about it. But why would you do that? Why would you put your business partner that you making millions of dollars with at risk over some beef with Gucci Mane? You didn't even want to do that. How's that street? See, this now, I ain't gonna lie to you. The streetest person, I realized and I seen it from the jump. The streetest person at CTE was Slick Puller. Every time I seen Slick, you catch Slick Puller on the DVD or anything. He in the hood. He got the bang on him. He was running down on Walking Gucci at their video shoot. All that. And when Slick Puller was out there doing his doing, ain't nobody want no smoke with him. When he pulled up to that video shoot, them niggas was scared. They was shook. They all looked like they was about to take a dump on themselves. Gucci Walker, all of them. Everybody that was out there was looking shook, was looking scared. Then, not even the video shoot, but the other time when they caught Walker, I think like at the clothing store or something like that, stumped his ears together, beat them all up in the clothing store. Like, yeah, Slick Puller was doing all that. Yeah, Puller man. Yeah. PC people sleep on Slick Puller because I think he kept getting locked up, and then I think he ended up getting sick, so he couldn't finish doing the rapping like that like he wanted to. I guess that's what happened, but yeah, Slick Puller was doing all that street stuff over there. Name somebody else that was over there was doing it because you wasn't doing it either. So I'm confused. Like, if Jeezy did lose his street credit, like, he got just as much as you got, if not the same amount you got, and or just as much as you got. So what are we talking about? I don't even know how this is a conversation. Like, I don't understand what was the point of you even making that statement. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. Fine, cool. But the way I see it is, you was there. So you was there from the beginning of the beef. You was there the whole time. You was there when Pookie Loc got smoked. Why you ain't send somebody to handle that? Why you ain't tell you like, oh man, we gotta keep the street cred going, so after what Gucci just did to Pookie Loc, we gotta make sure that get handled. I ain't do that. Everybody knows the Slick from the fourth Ward, Atlanta, George Crippin, super serious Crippin. Why ain't nobody playing with Slick like that? Now I'm gonna say that. When nobody playing with Slick Puller at all. Nobody playing with him at all. Period. Nobody playing with him. So, to me, in my eyes, he was the streetest person on CTE because I ain't never seen nobody playing with him. And like I say, y'all can go back to these DVDs. You might not have the DVDs. Try to find them on YouTube. Type in his name. Try to get some footage of him or anything. And Slick will show you. He kept it with him. And he stayed turned on that like if it was that. He took up for so many beats that Jeezy had. Like, I can't even count them all. Like, but Slick was frontlining. Kinky B, where was you at? Counting money. So this is what I'm saying. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand it. You talk from a personal place. Like the place and the space that you talking from, you make it sound real personal. You make it sound real personal, and you make it sound like, you know, like you bitter. Like a bitter baby mama or something. I don't know, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you could speak on a person's street credit when you was there when the situation happened and you didn't vouch for nothing street to go the other way. You didn't send Slick at Gucci. Gucci did that on his own. That could have been handled right then and there. And the only reason why did nothing happen at that situation because it was the video shoot. And unlike cell phones today, how you got a million cameras on cell phones, but you got camera people out there and it's people recording everything. That's the only reason why did nothing happen right there. I guarantee you, if it wouldn't have been like that, Slick them would have did what they had to do, because Slick known for doing that. Slick wasn't really caring about rap. Like he was, he in and out of that, but Slick Puller was in them streets for real. So that's all I'm saying, Kinky B. But I don't know. But y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Jeezy lost all his street credit after the battle with Gucci? Do y'all think his street credit even matter at this time of point in his life? Do y'all even still care about street credit when y'all knowing people snitching on each other, best friends are killing each other, ain't nobody loyal, the paperwork's everywhere, all the internet, rich people beef on Instagram like they don't got enough money to meet up and link with each other? Like, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation, man. It's your boy Buddha. I'm out.